Hello, my creative friends. My name is Heather North. You can find me on Instagram at Heather's Creative Blessings. I am here with Flosstube number 6. That means this is my video about cross stitch. And today is December 29th, 2020. We are almost done with 2020. Now, I know that when the clock strikes midnight on December 31st, it does not magically change everything. It does not magically erase all of 2020. However, it is a new start. It's a new year. It's a new start. There's vaccines on the way. They're already being given to healthcare workers. And so there's just a lot of hope, I think, for the new year. And I think we are all ready for the decade-long 2020 year we've had to be over. I mean, I know I am. So I am going to share with you today my finishes, my cross-stitch finishes for 2020, with the exception of 3 of them I don't have with me. And I think my next video, I'll show you my carryover 2020 whips. So I started cross-stitching again, I think towards the end of 2019, and I'll show you that first project here first, and into 2020. And I really found my stride again in 2020, thanks to the pandemic. We're home a lot, was part of it, but also I had a lot of doctor's visits and there's a lot of waiting. You know, anywhere you go, you're gonna have to wait. And so I started taking projects with me and it just snowballed from there. So before that, I had gone about 10 years without having much of anything. And in my next video, I'll show you my whip. It's my longest whip. It's probably at least a 20-year-old or more, 24, 23-year-old whip. I've been pretty much a monogamous stitcher, sometimes stitching something else in between, but then I go back, I finish that up and go back to just the one cross stitch until this year. I am no longer a single stitch girl. I am stitching all the things, and I'm finding I actually get more done that way because I don't just get bored with the process. So first up is my, I believe I didn't have the pattern on me. I put it away somewhere. I don't know where. But this is, oh wait, let me put this to the side here. I think that'll make it easier if I just put this on the couch. Okay, so, and I might need my notes. Okay, here we go. So my first one is So She Did. And do I have, is this a Lori Holt or Teresa Kogut? I am sorry, I don't know what this pattern is from. I need to go look it up. But this is my she believed she could, so she did. And I've got some color changes in here. And this is the piece that really did get me back into cross stitching. I just love it. And I made it for my sewing room to put in there. I don't have any of the floss colors with me. I am so sorry. If you are interested though, let me know in the comments down below and I will look this up and I will try, in fact I will put the pattern name and who created this pattern in the description down below. So if you just click the arrow that expands it, you'll be able to see. But I love this so much. I know I changed the pin cushion color, I changed the thread color, I changed the color of the scissors, and I changed the sew. I just wanted to make it more me, you know, minty with a little purple and a little pink added in. So that was my first finish. And that was probably early 2020. My next one, I got this off of Etsy. It's Thread or Dead. It's called Mickey Mouse Cross Stitch Pattern from the Thread or Dead Club. I'll show you that so you can look it up on Etsy. And then there's the, sorry for the glare, There's the little Mickey Mouse head. This was so much fun. This sealed the deal for me. This is like, oh yeah, I am cross-stitching again. It was a quick, easy stitch. Again, I changed the colors. I might have this one, because it was soon after that I started putting it in here. Mickey Mouse, I do have it. So, oh, this is the called for DMC. So all of the called for DMC is what I used. And I just absolutely love this. I want to do it again on black. I want to, in fact, I think I'm going to put my friend's name in here and make this into a finish somehow for her. I'm just not sure how to finish it. My strong point is not the FFO, the fully finished object, but I've got a bunch of stuff ready to go, and when I can safely go into the stores without having to wear a mask, I get claustrophobic and I have a hard time breathing, and then I have a hard time seeing and concentrating. So once I can just go into the stores without having to worry and without having to wear a mask, I think I'll be able to find things to finish this off. But this is my Mickey Mouse Club. And I love the rainbow colors. It's bright, it's happy. I also cannot wait until we can go to Disneyland again. I love Disney and I miss getting to go to Disney. My next one, I'm already learning, okay, next year. I need to write out all of them in order and then put tabs or something. This one is called Forever Friends by Annie Beez Folk Art. It's a freebie, so go ahead and Google it, look it up. And I used, I don't know what colors she said, but the colors that I used were DMC 154, DMC 318, DMC, it's all DMC, 760, 762, 926, and 3053. And I made this, my friend, my bestest friend, the one who was my maid of honor in my wedding and who's the godmother to my children, this year got diagnosed with breast cancer. And I was really complaining about all that we were having to go through and shutdowns and, you know, just life in 2020. But because of all of that, she actually got in and got care quicker. I, on the other hand, it took longer to get the care I needed, but because she was only 45 years old, diagnosed with breast cancer, I think it was the HR positive, the kind that reacts to hormones, she got in really quickly, got care, got treatment. She is now finished. And I put 1984 because that's the year, I think that's the year we met. And again, I didn't FFO it, but I did send her other encouraging things during this time. But she is finished with her treatment as far as the chemotherapy and the radiation. And she still has some hormone I think it's hormone repression medicine she'll be taking for several more years, but things are looking up. But that just made me, it was because of that she got rushed through getting her results. Otherwise, because she lives down in the Bay Area of California and it takes months and months and months to get in, but her doctor was able to rush it because all of the other things got canceled because of COVID-19. So in the midst of this year being just awful in so many ways, there were some blessings, and I hate that she is already facing cancer, but I hate that I couldn't be there for her. That was really, really hard. Really, really hard. But she's come through, so Heather, I love you. She won't watch this. She's not a cross stitcher. Okay, so that was, are we keeping track? Finish number 3. The next one was, it was Feels Like Home from Back Quarter Shop. It was a mystery thing that went on, and this ended up being the finished piece the way that they had it. And it was really interesting to do this during COVID times. I mean, they created this not knowing we would all be having to stay home, and we were staying home. And I love my home. I love being home. I have no problem with that part. I just don't like being told I can't be with people I love. But here is my finished. I think this is my first time using overdyed floss too. So here's my finish. Love, 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 love it. I'm pretty sure I did all of the called for colors, but I changed a little bit with the house to kind of match our house, because in our house you've got like a darker and then a lighter, and I think this darker color here was carried all the way through here, and what I did was I did this the same, but this is lighter. And then, you know, there might be a couple of mistakes, so it's a little bit different that way. And like I was saying, this is my first foray into overdyed floss. And one of the things I discovered is different dye lots will look very different. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to redo that, because you can see when I ran out, this is very, very light. And what I might do is just come in and add a few more light stitches in here. I could add a little, I've seen other people do other roses or a bird or something to just take your eye off of the fact that it's cut at a diagonal. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know. We'll see when I get to finishing this, how I feel about it at that point. But that was my next finish. One, two, three, four. Somebody keep track for me, will you? 1, 2, 3, 4. This one. So my year, I don't have the pattern with me. I've stored some of my patterns. I don't know what I decided to store it in. And I just wanted to get this done before I have to go get something to make for dinner. But this is called Grace. And oh, let me see if I finished. Oh, good. I do have. I can tell you who it's by. It's called Sweet Nothings Grace 2020. It's by, or I wrote 2020. I don't know if it said 2020. It's by Judy Whitman for JBW Designs, and I just love it. I want to do all of her patterns. I think I used the called for colors, but I may have changed around a little bit where I put them, because I wanted the filigree in the center to kind of, this stuff right here to kind of show up a little bit more. But I have Classic Colorworks Cool Azul, Classic Colorworks Blueberry Tart, Weeks Dye Works Begonia, DMC 961, Weeks Dye Works Emma's Pink, Weeks Dye Works Sophia's Pink, Classic Colorworks Desert Mesquite, Classic Colorworks Eve's Leaves, and Classic Colorworks Dandelion Stem. Now, Grace was, one of the reasons I picked this up, Grace was my word of the year for 2020. Who knew? Who knew how much grace I would need? Not just for other people. And I thought it was a weird word that came to me for 2020. I really did. I've done things like plan and create and dream and just different words that speak to me. And I end up usually putting them around me. This was obviously one of my words. It's got dream in there. Grace. I was like, grace. I really felt like I was going to need grace, not so much for others. Of course, I do need grace for others, but for myself. And boy, did I need some grace for myself. So that was a big finish. I love this so much and I'm afraid to mess it up. Is that silly? I think I'm going to finish it. I thought about doing it as kind of a pillow, or following their pillow pattern, but turning that maybe into a wall hanging. I don't know. But I absolutely love it, and I want to get the rest of her words there. Okay, home. This is another home one. You'll sense a theme. This was a freebie chart. I think it's just called Home Freebie by the Basic Bunch. Basic Bunch. I don't know. There's a bunch of freebies I found online, and if you go to, and a lot of these probably were that are free, or started there, was Fat Quarter Shop has a freebie section, so you can start there, look at Fat Quarter Shop and see if you can find them. Or you can just look up cross stitch free patterns. Be careful, because some people take a pattern that somebody created and they'll put it on the internet. And it's not theirs to do that. But these were all by the designers, offered for free. So this is Home Freebie by the Basic Bunch. I did the called for colors, and I think I wish they were just a little bit darker on here, but they're not. So I did it says plus Classic Colorworks Blueberry Tart. So it's possible that that was not charted on there, but I added it, and I couldn't even tell you where I added it. I think I used the called for colors, but I kind of switched around where I put them. So there we go. Kind of a weird angle, but the colors, they're showing up. Actually, it's showing up a little bit better, I think, on camera than it is on person, because it's a little bit softer colors in person. But I thought Home Stitch Home was very appropriate. I might put it up here for my videos, because it does go well in this room. But I had planned on putting this in my sewing room as well. And I have totally lost track of the count. So whatever. There's a lot. I'm only maybe halfway done. This one is another free one. It's called Create Every Day, and it's by Teresa, Kogut, Creative Whims Inc. I guess I haven't been telling you what I've used them on. If you want to know any more information on any of the things that I share with you, please just leave me a comment down below and I will let you know, because if I can, because most of them I have here in this book. So this is Create Every Day, and I did change the colors, I'm pretty sure, at least some of them. It's DMC 964, DMC 151, they're all DMC, 169, and 3846. And again, my thought was to put this in my sewing room, but now that I look at it, I think it would go really well in here as well. So I may add some more creative things. This is kind of my beachy room, but I like that. So that was finish number whatever. This next one I took to a lot of doctor's appointments this year, because 2020, I had to go alone. There were some scary visits. I especially remember doing this when I went and visited the surgeon, being in the lobby, and not the lobby, but you know, that first area when I was the only one in there except for the receptionist, who was behind a desk and had to wear a mask. I think it was one of my, so anyways, this one, it's called Be Well. It is by Bling Designs. I'm pretty sure it's another freebie. My husband just came home. I'm doing a video. I'm doing a video. My husband just came home. So it's called Be Well by Bling Designs. I used DMC Ada Carolina linen. I liked the kind of rustic look, and the bees don't quite show up all that well, but to me this was just a, it's a reminiscent of that this time. And I think what I'm going to do is finish this as some kind of small, and or make it into a card and send it to somebody who might need it to get through their time. So I was thinking of my friend Heather at the time, and I was also thinking of this. So I'm gonna take a little break and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. My husband came home for lunch, so I'm gonna hopefully be able to finish this. I was looking through, and this is, I said the wrong thing for this. This is actually Home Stitch Home by the Tiny Modernist. The colors I used were all DMC 169, 415, 727, 907, 964, 3708, 3845. So again, this was Home Stitch Home by the Tiny Modernist. And I know that was wrong because my next one is the Home Freebie. This was free though. So look up Tiny Modernist and see if you can find that one. This one is the Home Freebie by the Basic Bunch. And it says, home is our safe haven. I mean, like, how perfect is that for 2020? Beyond perfect. And this one, it does say it's the called for colors. So I don't know. Oh. It's hard to get true colors so that you can see it, but there you go. Isn't that pretty? So that is definitely 2020. I didn't put years on any of these. I may have to go back and do that because this has been a year, I'm telling you. Okay, my next one is called My Love by Madame Chantilly. I am so in love. I want to do all the things that Madame Chantilly puts out because it is so pretty. So pretty. I absolutely loved working on this. So it says Rosanna Gallo. And I used Hazy Gray Ada from Fabric Flair. Fell in love with Hazy Gray and used it in several other projects and several more that I had planned to start. I'm pretty sure I used all the called for colors. Yeah, it says I used all the called for colors. This is on 14 count. And here is My Love. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm gonna go close up. The lighting, so I loved every single stitch of this. I had a hard time putting it down. This is when I discovered I wanted to do more than one day at a time during Stitch Mania. I love this one. I love it. I love it. I want all the Madame Chantilly things. Oh, Madame. My next one, this is where I fell in love with Shannon Christine Designs. I love, am I going to say that a lot? I might say that a lot. I love the way that she puts colors together. So she uses a lot of DMC, but she's able to get shading and variation just using that DMC. So I'm pretty sure I used the called for, because I didn't know how to do that shading. Yep. And I even wrote, look at my notes. I wrote, love it. I should do this so you can take a screenshot. That's what I should be doing. You can take a screenshot if you want to know everything, if you can read my handwriting. So again, I use the Hazy Gray. I mean, it's perfect. It is perfect. This will definitely be going on my wall for this summer. I love it. I mean, look. Somehow she got it to look like fireworks and the flag waving. It's just stunning. I don't know if the pattern called for this, but when I'm doing windows, what I have started doing is half stitches. So you just do one half of the cross stitch in a shade of blue or aqua, typically, maybe gray. That would be the only possible change. The next one is Hey Pumpkin. This was a Stitch Quarterly from Fat Quarter Shop, and I used all of the called for stuffs that were in the Stitch Quarterly. And I've shown this before, so it won't necessarily be new to you if you've been watching my Flosstube videos, but this one. And this, I'll either make it into a pillow or like a placemat. Kind of a thing that can go in the center of the table, not like, you know, people eating off of it. So my next one is January, A Year in Chalk from Hands On Design. And it's Let It Snow. And I used the called for colors. I'm like 99% sure I used the called for colors. And there it is. And I think I did it on blackboard. So that's January, A Year in Chalk. This one was really fun too, although stitching on black is not all that easy for me. So maybe I need to put this whiteboard underneath it. This is just poster board, that thicker poster board, to be able to see it better. I only have a few more left. Okay, so the next one is, it's All Dolled Up Snowy Winter. By Little House Needleworks, and I'll show you that. You can take a screenshot if you want. I'm pretty sure I used the called for colors on this though. And because I started with the border, this is a tip I saw on Kimberly Jolly's. She, Flosstube, she did top in a cross stitch so that she could tell which was which, and I just did it in the top corner. I didn't even finish because a T would have been enough for me to know it was top because it wasn't a part of the pattern. But isn't that sweet? It might call for beads. It did call for beads. I don't quite know where they go, so I may or may not add the beads. I don't know. I don't even know where they go, to be honest with you. Oh, I think I only have 2 more left. Oh, and there were some color changes for this, so let's see. Where did they go? Okay, I'll edit that out. This is Mistletoe Lane. This was another one of the Fat Quarter Shop's, like a mystery, I believe, mystery stitch along. And I'm gonna, oops, is that it? Yes, that's it. Trying to hold it so you can take a screenshot. There you go. And you can see there's some color changes in here. I decided I wanted to, they did a pink house. I kind of wanted the house to match ours a little bit more. And we have a blue and white and silver tree, so I changed the ornaments on the tree to be reflective of that. And then the Christmas presents, I changed just slightly Anyways, this is my Mistletoe Lane. Pretty sure this is going to be a pillow because I don't love it enough. I should have just stuck with what they started with, but I was just playing around. I don't think I'll make it into wall hanging, but it would make a cute pillow, I think. I also added in more bricks to the pattern because I want it to look more bricky. I love brick houses. So yeah, I like it. I like it. It was fun. It was fun to do. And the very last finish, I believe, of 2020. Oh, I've got two more. So the three I don't have to show you. One is the I voted, and I am afraid the dogs might have gotten to that one. But I made that into kind of a button, and that was a freebie. So look up I voted, and let me see who did that. Ink Circles. It's a 2018 pattern. So I miss having the I voted sticker. So when I saw that on Pam and Steph from Just Keep Stitching, they showed theirs, and I thought I loved it. I love the whole idea. So I made it for myself. That I don't have to show you. And then these two I showed, I think, in my last video, but they've been sent off to my mom and my niece and my sister-in-law, but it's Sweet Delivery and Mrs. Claus. Both of these are from Stitching with the Housewives and Jolly Housewives Stitch Along. So these two are done and fully finished, but I don't have them with me anymore. So those were done in 2020. And then this one I finished last night. So December 28th, a little bit later than I had planned. And I will be doing a video in the future on this. And I will talk a lot more about the changes and the things, all the things to do with this pattern. It's called Coming to America, The Women of the Mayflower by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. This was a part of the 66 days of, I think it was 66 days of stitching, or I can't remember the hashtag. But if you go to my Instagram account, you'll see some of my progress along the way. But I do want to do a video just on this. So if you're interested in learning more about this and my journey, you can watch that, but it might be a little bit much to just put on a regular video. So that was this one. This was a beast. It was really long. It, like I said, took me more than 66 days. And I don't want to go into too many details. I'll do that in a future video, but made some changes, and you know, this is COVID time, so it was hard to find the thread, and a lot of these colors, most of them I had never even heard of, so I didn't know what they were, what colors they were. And then as I got more invested in this, I really loved it, and it became something I wanted to display, so I wanted to make sure that the colors went with my house, and they didn't. Oh my goodness. So so there were a lot of changes. I don't think I can get the whole thing. Let me see if I get, oh, almost, but I'll go up a little bit closer so you can really see. So the only thing I have left to do is to put my initials down at the bottom. And the truth is, the way these initials are charted, I didn't really love it. It was, my initials would be HN, and the N looked more like a lowercase n, and I didn't love that. So I'm looking around, and I've seen some other letters. Last night is what I was doing. I was looking, and I'll add that in at some point. I mean, it's December 29th, so I've still got today, tomorrow, and the next day to finish and add that in. And if I don't, it's fine. But yeah, they set sail in 1620, and it's 2020, and quite a year for the Pilgrims back then. Quite a year for us now. Or I guess they were called Separatists. But yeah, the biggest change is probably that I charted a little ships down there, and I don't love them, but they're there. It's done. So those are my finishes for 2020 and that I have to share with you. I have no idea how many. I lost count. My next video, I think I'm going to do my whips for 2020. So those are works in progress that I have left over to carry into 2021. And if I finish anything in the next 3 days, today and the next 2 days, I will share that in my whip video, but I will get back to regular videos in a couple more weeks. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a happy new year. I am curious, what are you looking forward to for 2021, if anything? Is there something that you have coming up? Is it time for you to start planning something new? Are you just glad 2020 is done? Whatever it is, I'd love to know what you have coming up in 2021 that brings you hope, that you're looking forward to, that maybe, I don't know, but just share that down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.